right, so welcome to Breaking Dawn. It is Thursday morning. We're almost at the end of another week, and we're inching closer to Breaking Dawn Christmas party tickets being available to you as of Monday. So I'll look out for that. In the meantime, we got a lot to discuss this morning. We have three guests to deal with. We have Lashana Theodore of Lashana's Palette Designs. It's a beautiful, it's a lot of beautiful furniture, and she uses palette wood. We're going to find out more about that from her. I did not even know she does do woodworking. I do that in school and I never make nothing yet. Also, we have an author that is coming in. She has a book. Her name is Akila Holder. I understand that she's currently with Newsday, if I'm not mistaken. But she has written a book, and the book is called Heaven's Viewpoint. All right, so it's you know, about God and spirituality and that kind of thing. So we're going to deal with that. And then we have Dr. Uchenna Hackett, who will join us at the end of the program this week for discussions on, well, Uchenna, of course, for those of you who remember, that is a juice man. So we're going to talk to him. I don't know what the topic is yet. But before we do all of that, we got to get into the news day. So STIs on rise in Tobago, and $314 million drug bust in Palo Seco. $314 million drug bust in Palo Seco. I repeat that. And then you have Young saying that Kamala and Maduro clashes may put deal at risk. Dragon faces uphill battle. Well, I don't know anything about that because at the end of the day, like I said yesterday, we do not know what was discussed between Rubio and Stuart Young that got the license revoked. Right? And we do not know the discussions that took place between Rubio and Kamla Persad-Bissessar, which got us back the license. But it was made very clear in the statement put out by the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, that whatever exploration has to be done, it must not benefit Maduro. So to say to me, based on what, I'm going based on what Rubio is saying, right? Obviously, you're not going to do, the difference is, under the PNM, they choose to go down to Venezuela to try and cut a deal with a criminal. Right? That was the issue. That Maduro is sanctioned, Delcy Rodriguez is sanctioned, his entire government is sanctioned, the country of Venezuela is sanctioned by the United States of America. That was the issue. The issue was that Maduro was convicted of being a narco terrorist and drug trafficker. So, any deal making with him, where he is going to profit from any gas in that dragon field, is inadvertently, you could be inadvertently, or, you know, funding his narco-terrorism. That is how it would have been seen by the international world, or the United States of America, that is, who want Maduro bad. That is why they sent up the bounty on him to $50 million, and that is why the U.S. is in the waters down to the Southern Caribbean. Right? Because they're pushing for regime change in Venezuela. So, we don't know if Maduro is who Kamla Persad-Bissessar is going to have to deal with, or if there is going to be regime change, or if she had to deal with he at all. Because as far as it goes, she done talk to them in the United States of America and get back the license. And they have said, go ahead. But Maduro mustn't benefit. So if Maduro is not going to benefit, there is no talks to have with Maduro. So I do understand where the uphill battle is. And when they talk about people making U-turn, as I explained in a video yesterday, there was no U-turn made by the government, right, in terms of the UNC. The only U-turn that was made was by the United States of America, because the UNC does not grant a OFAC license. So without the license, you cannot do no exploration. The license was revoked by the US under the PNM. The Biden administration gave them the OFAC license. The Trump administration took it away after Rubio met with Young. Fast forward to now. The lady gone to her first UNGA as prime minister in this term here. Then she was invited to Washington. She had talks with Rubio. The license back on the table. This is simple mathematics, right? So, that, and I think that's the difference. So I don't know how this exploration will take place. I don't know are the specifics, but I would imagine that you're going to get more information on it today, now that she has returned, because I'm sure there's going to be a post-cabinet today. So tomorrow we will have more information on that, right? So I'm not even getting into that article on page 3. Ex-Security Minister defends COVID border closure policy. Young says, we were trying to save our population. Really? And Delcy Rodriguez land here in the middle of COVID on a sanctioned aircraft while the rest of your nationals were outside. And certain people was getting exemptions as far as we know to go and come as they please while your nationals were outside. Imbert blames SNP downgrade on the UNC government. You can't be serious. You was the Minister of Finance for 10 years. These people now in office about 4 months now, 5 months now. So you think the downgrade was assessed over the last 4 months? You serious? THA partners, promoters, and band leaders for Carnival campaign. Health Secretary says STIs on the rise in Tobago. All right? And of course, that's sexually transmitted infections. All right? Imbert says a normal government would present a budget on October the 6th. Well, October the 6th would be the date that is in the back of my mind, although it has not been called yet. But I would imagine, like I said, today is Thursday, the Prime Minister has just returned from the UNGA, and I would imagine that we're going to get more information on that this evening. If it's not going to be October the 6th, make up your mind it's October the 13th. But she did say early October. So early October could be the first or the second week. But I would prefer it to be on Monday the 6th of October. All right? And I think the rest of the country would. We can't take our next week of what going on. All right? Or what not going on. NEC gives port users deadline for $610 million debt. And after reports of inmates throwing feces at prison officers, Alexander and AG to visit military detention centers. So the saga continues with that. We also have 2 killed and a policeman shot in separate incidents. $314 million in cocaine and ganja seized in Palo Seco. 314 million of high-grade Colombian creepy marijuana contained in 41 crocus bags, along with 5 crocus bags of cocaine, were found on October the 1st in the Southwestern Division. Fired St. Benedict's College classes postponed. Republic Bank branches reopen after teller systems malfunction. I'm looking here to see if Vandana Mohit, Minister Mohit, gave an update on what is going on with people's pension. I'm not seeing anything yet. I've been going through the papers for so long. A man has been awarded $158,000 for a dog attack at a Sando apartment, and I'm not seeing anything as it relates to that update. And of course, Tuco celebrates Calypso History Month, and Ainsley King says Calypso could bring positivity to Trinidad and Tobago. And I see them here with in a picture here with the Minister of Culture. And hey, contender boy, you're Stein boy. Yeah boy. Contender, Super Blue, you know, the whole clip. Alright, so yeah, it is Calypso History Month. And actually, Contender did reach out to me last month. They want to send some Calypsonians to the program. So I'm hoping I can get a few performances out of them, although I'm not too sure how I'm doing that yet, but we'll see how things go, because, I mean, if the budget is presented on Monday, we're going to have a lot to discuss. On Tuesday, the opposition doesn't respond until Friday. Wednesday, we are behind the badge and the feature with Pastor John, and then Thursday, we have another feature. We have a whole hour and a half to deal with whatever, but Wednesday would be out. So I'm working out how we're dealing with this thing, but we have to wait to see if it's going to be October the 6th. All right? And then, well, the Calypsonians coming in for Calypso History Month. It's going to be a busy October. It's going to be a busy October, you know. Yeah, then we had the Breaking On Christmas party. We have all of that to promote. You know what I mean? We have the Divine Harmonies choir event competition to promote. It's a real thing going on, you know. Real. So when I tell all get all the tickets early for the Christmas party, and I book, fellas, I book my artists. I finished all the bookings yesterday. I ain't booking nobody else. Because I want to give my DJs time to Ramashe too now. Yeah? Huh? You want to perform? But I wouldn't even hire you for free. That I never. Oh yes, he just do karaoke. The director like to do karaoke, you know. Yeah. Anyhow, I tell you what, I don't want to deal with any of this over here. So I'm pushing that to the side. There was an incident that took place that cost somebody their life day before. And I think it's a very serious situation. It could affect any one of us because we all have a gas tank. And gentlemen, with the exception for people who have electric stoves, a gas tank is what you use. And if you could put up Ria George's picture or the picture in the headline, because I come into NP this morning, you know, I go deal with NP this morning. NP only can't be for real. Woman dies after gas tank explosion. Right? So a woman who sustained severe burns in a kitchen gas tank explosion several weeks ago has died. She has been identified as 47-year-old Ria George. The incident occurred as she was about to prepare a meal when the gas tank exploded, according to her husband, Rakesh George. Despite receiving treatment, her condition deteriorated and she succumbed to her injuries. Ria was a supervisor at MS Food City Supermarket Limited. Customers described her as helpful and pleasant. And in a social media post, the company said, quote, "It is with heavy hearts that we announce the passing of our beloved Ria George. Ria was more than just a colleague and friend. She was family to us. Her unwavering loyalty, kindness, and dedication over the years touched the lives of everyone around her. She carried a beautiful spirit, a warm smile, and a heart full of love that will never be forgotten. We will miss her presence unconditionally, but her memory will live on in all of us who were blessed to know her. May her soul rest in eternal peace." So, this gas tank exploded. Now, there is a video. What's that? It's who? Not NP? No, who bought the release? That's sound. All right, that's sound. Let me hold up. Let me make sure it's not. Yeah, NP reminded the public. I have the release here from NP. I know it's Ramco gas, but I'm saying NP is reminding the public of safety steps. So I say I will deal with NP this morning, right? Because NP put out a statement as of yesterday, right? Put up the headline of the lady for me. I know what you're talking about, you know, me and guessing this thing. I know the gas is supplied by Ramco, right? However, NP said in a statement in response to the passing of Ria George, the National Petroleum Marketing Company Limited, NP, is reminding the public of critical safety steps to follow when handling LPG cylinders following reports of an explosion that resulted in the death of Ria George. In expressing condolences to the family, NP advised that once a cylinder enters a customer's business or residential, a soapy water test should be performed at the connections between the regulator and the valve. The regulator and the hose and the stove before it is used. NP further advised that they advise customers that if a gas leak is suspected, to immediately disconnect the cylinder and remove it to a safe and secure location away from the premises. Now, NP noted that customers should report any issues or concerns related to LPG cylinders to the relevant distributor or retailer from which the cylinder was sourced. For further assistance, customers can contact NP through various communication channels, including its hotline, which is 800 NP-MC or 6762, right? And there's the WhatsApp information and so on and so forth, and it mentions when Ria George's funeral is, right? And that's how it goes down, right? George's funeral has not yet been finalized, as an autopsy is still pending, and the 47-year-old woman suffered burns following an explosion in her kitchen allegedly caused by a leaking NP cylinder almost 2 months ago. She died at the San Fernando General Hospital on Saturday. So it was on Saturday, not 2 days ago. Right. I want to tackle this issue because I want to find out. NP is saying that a safety check has to be done. And this is what NP is telling you, that you do a soapy water test at the connections between the regulator and the valve, the regulator and the hose and the stove, before you use the gas tank. I just want to find out something. Has this information ever been relayed to the public? Is that information on a sticker on the gas tank? You know, like how when you buy something, if you buy a product, fellas, it have directions, danger, instructions, it have all these things. Any of that is beyond a gas tank? Anything that NP put here in this release does beyond a gas tank? So how would people have known that? That is one. Two, what if the customer is somebody who is disabled or differently abled, as some people use that term? What if it's an elderly person who may not know how to conduct a test like that? What is their position? Understand what I'm saying here? Because different people have different circumstances, right? Why is it that the customer is the one that have to do that safety check? So before a product leaves the factory, is there not some sort of safety protocols that have to be in place, or safety checks on the product that have to be in place before it is put out there for consumption? So my question is then, what is the standard of the safety checks from the supplier of the gas tank to your home? It's a very serious thing. In this video here, a guy is explaining the little rubber. It have a little, run that video for me. Huh? It's a rubber seal, yeah. And this is not the first time this has occurred. This has occurred
This seal
before.
here?
Yeah, go ahead.
This seal here. This seal here. This seal here is the seal that you just need to check. Right? When you put the head on this seal here, sometimes this seal does be dry rot. Right? There's actually seal breaking up. And if you don't check the seal properly and you put the head on, the starter leak. Right? The gas that starter leak, and that's what has happened. The gas just be escaping. So you remember now when they come and you press down inside of here now. Remember, and you leave the head on now. That gas seeping from underneath here, and that is what happening here, and that is caused. This is a problem that these tanks and them that have an NP need to do something about this. Right? This is a serious thing, and many times you have to get gas tanks, you have to carry it back. The seal.
Now, I want to make it very clear. I'm not blaming NP for what happened. I'm saying to NP, we would like to know what are the protocols that are adhered to or that are laid out at your organization for safety checks on these gas tanks before they go out. And these gas tanks, when you carry in your empty gas tank to get a new one, a full one, The empty one does go back and there's full attention. It's going to be refilled, right? And then they refill the tank and then they put it back out on the market, right? So I'm saying, what is the protocol when you take your gas tank, when they come and they collect the empty gas tanks to carry to refill? What are the protocol checks that they are subject to? And that is what I was looking for in the release by NP. I wasn't looking for a release saying, well, we want to remind members of the public to do a soapy water test. No, NP, you're supposed to put out a release stating that you send out condolences, of course, to the deceased family, but you also have to put in your release that NP ensures that certain safety checks are done before these tanks leave wherever, blah, 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 blah. And you could go into a little detail as to what those safety checks are so that the public is aware of the procedure that takes place from that point to the point where it reaches on the market for you to purchase. Because we're talking about gas here, we're talking about a gas leak here. Now, it doesn't happen every time. It happens from time to time. We've seen these headlines and we've seen it happen from time to time. So we know it is not a regularly occurring situation. But we're talking about somebody lose their life here. So I would have liked to see NP put in their release a little information so that the public is aware, okay, these are the checks that are done at NP, so and so, but NP is advising that when purchasing a gas tank, although we do our checks and our safety wherever, we are advising that you could still perform a soapy water test on the tank. And if this occurs, you call and send back the tank or whatever, you know. All you understand where I'm coming from, right? And this to me is par for the course with where we are in terms of safety and health in Trinidad and Tobago as opposed to the rest of the world. Are we up to world standards? This is what I'm saying. This is the question that I'm raising this morning. Are our health and safety regulations up to world standard? And if they are up to world standard, do we abide by those regulations to the T? Do we? Lest we forget, we had 5 men that were trapped in a pipeline. Amongst other things, we had situations happening at the explosion at oh gosh, is Naikwan. We have had these things happen. And like I say, these things don't happen often, but when they do happen, are we not supposed to ask the questions to ensure that the relative authorities put down their foot and get to work in terms of ensuring that employees, those employed at these facilities, are adhering to the health and safety regulations to the T? Or they just bypassing some because, well, nah, that ain't gonna happen. And this is why I bring this up this morning. So NP, I understand what you're trying to put forward here in this release, but let us know what your safety protocols are now. Make me feel a little more comfortable. Don't just tell me, do a soapy water test. Let me know what all leaders do. Don't tell me what I had to do. Tell me what all leaders do. 3277400. Ria George was my age. 47, well, I'm 48, but she, around my age, 47 years old. You understand what I'm telling you? And it cannot be that this happens again. So in order for this not to happen again, or for us, we must try prevention instead of cure. So we have to understand what went wrong. It cannot just be, you can't just put it down to the public should do a soapy water test. I disagree with that statement. I think you need to go into a little more detail, a little more information in terms of your safety protocols and checks. Morning.
Morning, morning. You're absolutely right. They're supposed to put on every tank that precaution that they're speaking about. And also they're supposed to have on it too. It was checked by some officer with a number, as is done in other places. Together with that, they are supposed to add a higher fragrance, so anybody coming will know that there's a leak based on the scent that you pick up. Because you can do all of these things, and when you finish, there can still be a leak. So we need to look at things now as to how we can prevent that from happening in the future. And the problem is the smell. Once you get that smell, then you do that. You cannot go and be checking these things over and over and over all the time. And then the head that they're selling in the open domain now, we don't know who else is tested by, and whether the Bureau of Standards has passed that. So
Yeah.
that's supposed to be coming from NP and all to whip out all of these things are checked to prevent these things from happening. Because little children be inside of there, and because of the smell, they'll be able to say, "Mommy, mommy, there's a bad smell coming from the kitchen or wherever it is," so they will be able to recognize
Yeah.
that there's a leak. And in that way, now we'll be able to prevent these things in the future. Of course, nothing is foolproof, but at the same time, we'll be able to prevent it 99.9%.
Right.
You have a good day, man.
Yeah, man. And I like how you say that. Nothing is foolproof. But the fact that you just mentioned something that I didn't mention. This children is in the kitchen when their mother and their parents cooking. You understand what I'm saying? And this is why I'm saying your release is lacking. You understand what I'm saying? We could do better than that. Morning.
Morning.
Yes, sir.
Stefan, firstly, condolences to the young lady family.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you're aware, it takes a lot for a gas tank to explode, Stefan. Haven't had the experience of going by MP to carry tanks to full for forklift. Every time a gas tank goes to MP in the filling station in Sealats,
Right.
they just do checks. They just do rigorous checks every time.
But
Understand?
caller,
So I mean, I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
I want to be very clear here. I know that a lot of checks, I know that it takes a lot, but what I'm saying is, in the release that you put out, it lacking that then. It lacking that NP conducts so-and-so checks by so-and-so thing. Gas tanks are not put out to the public unless certified or cleared by certain officers. So, however, NP does advise.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but
those tanks in that picture,
they
and
do a
I've
lot
never
of
seen
tests,
a
but
tank that have a tag saying, "Please perform a soapy water test upon purchase." I never see that before on a tank. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah, I understand.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. But for that tank to explode in a woman's phone, that gas had to be leaking for a very long time, and she wasn't aware. It's either she's not familiar with the scent of gas, or whatever the case is, but that had to be leaking for a very long time, partner. But that
Well, I can't say. But
because how this thing designed, that tank could take some serious heat before it explodes. So, to the average person outside there, as MP say, once you hook up your line, that's the only way we could do a test to see if there's a leak. Soap water with the bubbles.
when it
That's the
bubbles,
only way. Other than that, we can't do nothing else.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I understand that. But while I understand that, I'm saying, well, tag the tank. Put a tag or a stick on the tank saying, "Please perform soapy water test before so-and-so, before use." Otherwise, how much people just read a release to know that? You got to put it on the tank if that is the situation. Morning.
Morning, Stefan. Morning.
Yeah.
I want to say when the first computer I ever see in my life was a computer called a VIC-20. It didn't even have a monitor. You had to plug it into your TV and thing and type, and you would see the stuff coming up. I'm saying that to tell you, when I was a little fella, it had a commercial on TV where either MP or Ramco was advertising that, technology is a big thing now, and we just computerized check our gas tank. And little me, as a young fella, was wondering how a computer could check a gas tank, because, all the computer I know was what I just described for you there. But since back then, they had a commercial where they're showing you how you do it, they do it and thing. But now I wonder if that continues or what. Because when you go in the gas station to buy gas, you ever see the condition That man who just called there talking about how it take a lot for a gas tank to explode. You ever see the condition of some of them gas tank in the gas station selling?
Pop the picture, fellas. Pop the
Right.
picture. Add up the picture of the gas tanks.
The gas tank and them just be rusty looking. You wouldn't go and buy a sandwich or a car or nothing looking like that. But that is what people forced to buy because I mean they have the monopoly on the gas tank and them, right? And you cannot tell people to perform a soapy water test home without training people in how to perform a soapy water. What is a soapy water test? What is that?
And that's the
On
next
what
thing
part
too.
of the tank
That the next thing to caller. In the statement, they said they're reminding the public that a soapy water test should be performed, but they do not go into detail. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. So I just supposed to take soap water and throw it on the tank?
Exactly. A soapy water test could be anything. Is it a special soap, a special amount of water? Nobody just know what is a soapy water test. Lastly, I'm going to close with this. It's going to be difficult for the family of that person to prove that is the gas tank or the hose or whatever the case is. But I know if I'm not mistaken, legally, everybody's supposed to take reasonable steps to avoid acts or omissions that could affect your neighbor. Those acts or omissions, if you don't adhere to it, it could affect your neighbor. Everybody's supposed to do that. So if MP sell the people them a faulty tank, they could be liable, but it's going to be difficult to prove. I'll listen off. Good morning,
right.
everybody.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. Any kind of legal action that has to be taken, but I don't think it's going to be hard. I'm not telling them don't take the action, but I'm just saying I agree with the call. I think it's going to be hard. Morning.
Yes, Stefan, morning.
Yeah, morning.
What I wanted to bring to your attention, right, is that advice that NP given only apply to the 20-pound cylinder, because when you buy the 100-pound cylinder outside your house, remember them come in and hook it up for you,
Yeah, they come and install that for you.
They come in and hook it up.
I have those.
So that was the
by me,
list.
and it had a leak the other day.
So
I come home and
So
the
you
whole
ought to
house
be
was smelling
telling
of
them.
gas.
You understand? And the next thing too is it had a local video a man put up some time back where he do the soapy water test on the 20-pound cylinder, and it was leaking from the point where the top well down to the bottom part of the tank.
I remember that video.
It was leaking from,
I remember that video. That's why I said this is not the first time it happened. That is why I could remember that video, because something similar happened at that time.
Right. So me, I just use my nose. Anytime I change tank, I just smell whilst the stove lighting.
Yeah.
Just to make sure I get that gas scent at all, but then again, when I get faulty products, and according to the man earlier on, you're forced to buy a faulty product. When I go and buy gas, I'll be sifting through and searching for a good one, Me, I taking the first rusty one I see,
And like the next thing to this, the callers are right. They have a lot of rusty tanks still on the market, and I mean, there's some nice shiny red ones that look like they're brand new, and then there's still have some little rusty ones in between there. Morning.
Good morning, Mr.
I
Stefan.
ain't no rusty thing in my car.
Mr. Stefan?
My seat.
Let me tell you something, Stefan.
Yeah.
Having the experience, right? What does happen normally? A gas tank wouldn't just blow up just so, right? What does happen is a amount of gas that's been leaking. And if you have a kitchen that close up, right, the gas will build up inside the kitchen. And now, if you go to light that stove, because the gas surrounding inside that kitchen, you're going to get a boom.
Yeah.
It's so gas tank doesn't blow. But because normally I come across where our stove open, and when I come in kitchen, I'm smelling the gas. I say, okay, what you have to do before you try to even take off that gas is to take it off from the tank itself before you even try to take off it from the stove, because someone you can make a mistake and put it on light, because the stove we have now have the pilot. You understand? So you have to use no matches or any kind of thing, right?
All right.
So this is what you have to check on. Okay, Mr. Stefan?
All right, no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, and while I understand that, right, and I got to go to the break. I'm not watching any time there because we had 3 guests this morning. While I understand all of that, I'm saying if you are going to put that in a statement to remind the public about soapy water tests, it should be on the tank. just like any other warning, because it's an explosive, it's a device that could explode. It's a gas tank. Ought there not to be some sort of sticker, directions, even though people might feel, well, look, I don't understand what the point that for it, that's on the head. No, it's not that. No. It is a device that can explode. And I know any device that you go and you purchase, don't have a battery, does have a warning. Not so, fellas? You go to buy batteries, it have a warning. It have a warning. Anything you purchase always have a warning on it, a warning label. So why a gas tank shouldn't carry that? And if a soapy water test is the test that you have to conduct to ensure that your gas tank is safe, then put a sticker on it. Put a sticker on it so people could read it. Please perform before use. Simple. Simple. All I'm saying is these are some of the little things that we don't pay attention to because we are accustomed doing things a particular way. You understand? And it's unfortunate that when it costs somebody their life, that now we look at it from a different perspective, right? Even though, like I said, it's not an occurrence that happens often. But guess what? 5 men don't get trapped in a pipeline often either. But when it happens, if steps aren't taken to ensure that it does not happen again, you know, we're spinning top in mud. Anyway, condolences going out to the family of Ria George. Very unfortunate situation. And I guess you got to thank God that it wasn't worse. Because it could have been worse, you know. All right. Give me a set now. Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic powered by nutritional therapy. It's very simple. Stop managing a disease when you could reverse them naturally. And they specialize in reversing cancer, diabetes, digestive disorders, hypertension, cardiovascular diseases, and more. It's drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. You could call or WhatsApp set on 279-3935 or 761-1952. And make sure and book your appointment today and get going with Setwayo board. All right? Also, Chef Shiraz, Chef has the courses taking place in the month of October and November, the food costing restaurant and catering workshop, and the certificate in culinary arts. The diploma in culinary arts will be on a date to be announced, but you could call Chef and get booked today on 3724639 or 7375097. Start your journey today in the culinary arts. With that, we take our first break. When we come back, we have Lashana Theodore here. We're going to chat with her about Lashana's palette designs. It's amazing furniture, I have to say. Stay tuned.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor, Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad, Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago, Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody sing it.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com.
The season of lights is bright and tasty with Royal Castle's delightful veggie burger made with a healthy and nutritious patty. It's great on its own or in a combo with one side and a 16-ounce drink. So whether it's lunch, dinner or a snack, Royal Castle's veggie burger fits right in with your fasting and festivities. Happy Diwali from Royal Castle.
Namaste. I am Pandit Jairam, 3580103 from Trinidad and Tobago. If you are facing any kind of problem in life, be it planetary obstacles, delays in marriage, issue in having children, troubles in business or job, health concerns, or lack of peace of mind, I provide the right astrological guidance and remedies. Every problem has a solution according to your birth chart and planetary positions. Do not delay. Whether your issue is small or big, answer to your questions are here. Contact Pandit Jairam, 3580103, Trinidad and Tobago. The path to solving your problems begins today.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595 to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
I had like my first like piece of furniture like custom made. It is a bedside table. Oh, look at it. Craftsmanship. It's so big. Oh my gosh, I could put like a lamp or something. Oh my gosh, guys, it is. I love it. I love it so freaking much. So I'm so grateful for the girl who did it. Y'all should go and check out her Instagram page. She's so good. 10 out of 10. Hello guys.
All right, people, so we are back on Breaking Dawn and we are just about 15 minutes away from the hour of 7 o'clock. So for the next 12 minutes or so, we're going to be chatting with this lovely lady here, Lashana Theodore. And Lashana Theodore is the owner of Lashana's Palette Designs. We just got a testimonial, I guess I could call it that, from a young lady who purchased a piece of furniture from her. A piece of bedside furniture, I cannot believe that that was made from a pallet, but we're gonna get into the discussion. And during the course of the interview, you'll see some photos and stuff going up with other. I like this one, this bookshelf. I love it. I love the design.
Well, first of all,
All
let
right.
me say thank you for inviting me on.
No problem.
I feel, this was my second home at one point.
Exactly, because Lashana did a stint here on the caucus.
Yes,
Not so, on the
yes.
Black Caucus.
Yes.
For a while. So we're very familiar with Lashana here. And I know that she went off and she journeyed and studied and did other things.
Yes.
And she has returned now, and I think you found something that you're very passionate about. I like that too, boy.
Yes, well, there's many things you love there, if not everything. But first of all, let me say good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm so happy to be on this morning to share with you my vision, my creation, my baby. It's so important. Let me tell you.
Wait, that piece, that whole set is
Everything.
$800?
Yes, it is. And that's the best part of my designs. It's affordable. Let me explain how it even started. Can I explain how it started?
Sure, you go ahead, go ahead.
So after I got my PhD in entrepreneurship and innovation, I was trying to...
Oh, what's the prices
I'm
here?
laughing at his
Unbelievable.
face. Yes, the
No, because
prices
what's the
are unbelievable.
prices, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was moving and I went to find furniture.
Right.
And I went to a couple of places and knocking on it. And what do you think when I knocked on it, it was? MDF.
Okay.
Most of the furnitures that we're seeing now are made out
How
of
you know it's
MDF.
MDF?
You
How
could
you
just tell by knocking
By
on
knocking?
it. Like this one.
This is MDF.
Yes.
Ricky, I want my money back. I'm only joking, Ricky.
But the scary part is though, that it's MBF, but the prices is not speaking MBF money.
Okay.
You're paying $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 for things that's going to fall apart in less than a year, less than 2 years. Don't let it get wet. Don't let a cup of coffee fall on your side table. It's done. That's bringing the aspect of if you buy things from China, the plastic outdoor sets.
Right.
Once that starts to unravel, how are you fixing that?
That's true.
You
Okay.
can't.
Okay, yeah.
There's no fixing it.
No fixing. You have to throw it away.
It's
Dump
done.
it. Okay.
A third aspect, what do you think is coming soon? Tariffs, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So what's going to happen with the
Well,
prices?
price is gonna go up, right.
With things that's already falling apart, not lasting long, horrible quality. And I said there must be a pocket, a place where persons could get affordable, beautiful pieces at an affordable price.
But this is-
and real wood.
But this is the, and real wood as well. No,
Yes.
this is the thing, eh? You know, sometimes you go to these furniture stores and you're watching the furniture and it really, and I've been really, I ain't calling no furniture store names, but just in general, some of it look kind of flimsy. You know,
But the prices aren't flimsy.
And the price is really excessive. You're paying a lot more for less these days.
Look at that floating bed. That's pallets. So
That's
all,
real nice, boy. That's
So-
swanky, boy.
so all my pieces are made out of pallets. This is the direction we should be going in
Look at that
in
shelf.
2024.
What is that plant? Is that, what was that, a shelf and they just put plants on it?
Yes,
Okay,
you
great.
put it on the wall.
Nice, lovely.
So the direction we should be going in 2024 is recyclable things that we can reuse in Trinidad and Tobago. When you look all over Trinidad and Tobago, what do you see all over the place?
Pallets?
No,
All over?
that
No,
too.
I don't know. You
That
see,
too.
I don't know, but
Yes,
is it
that
pallets?
too.
I know
No,
you see pallets dumped all
every-
over the place. No, but it's an
Exactly.
interesting thing because people just dump the pallet.
Exactly. You see also tires.
Yeah.
You see many things all over that we have to start being innovative.
Yeah.
We have to start paying attention to our beautiful country
we see,
and
yeah.
see what we could do to make a difference and also help persons in Trinidad pocket.
So let me get this straight. Now I understand that you were walking out of somewhere one day and you saw these stack of pallets.
Yes,
and
so I went
they actually
to,
give
okay,
it
so,
for free.
yes, so I was shocked because I know pallets are made out of pine. You could even get certain pallets that's made out of oak and certain things, right?
Right.
The heavier ones. So to make a long story short, I went to purchase furniture at a couple of different places. The prices was atrocious. It made no sense to me. Then I said, you know what? I took a woodwork course when I was in New York. I decided I'm going to make my own set for my apartment.
Okay.
I went into the wood, I'm not going to name the place, but all the woodwork places are the same prices. And it was still extraordinary, the prices of the wood that I was buying, which I knew it was pine. Why am I paying so much?
Right.
So I kind of felt disappointed. And then I saw a stack of pallets from the ceiling made out of pine. And I asked the guy, I said, how much would you charge me for that? Because I knew I could break it down and turn that into a work of art.
I didn't know she's doing woodworking. It have a picture I sent earlier with Lashana doing the woodworking and all kind of thing. That is promotional picture. You actually do the work.
No, when I started,
really?
From head to toe, I was with dust head to toe. Yeah.
Wow.
Now I have a team of amazing persons that help my vision come through to reality.
Brilliant.
So they said I could have the pallets, and I said no. I'm like, do they know what they're giving me?
Yeah, exactly.
And I hired a big truck. I took all the pallets. I redid my entire home.
You just like every day.
Yeah, can you believe? Yeah. And every time someone came by me, they were like, wow. And they started ordering, can you make that for me? Can you make that for me?
Right.
And then I was like, wait, this is the pocket I was looking for. Something that furniture that persons can enjoy. It's an affordable price. It's going to last you. The quality it's pine wood.
I think Lashana gonna design a new brick and done set, you know.
Well, no, I'm here, I'm ready. And,
Obi,
you know, that's
it's affordable, Obi. That's all Obi what I know, it's affordable. Obi.
And long lasting. Let's not forget that.
No, and yeah, because I mean, okay, just give us a little insight as to. All right, you get the palette, right? Now, a lot of people will know how a palette is, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what type of work is done on the palette now?
A lot.
To make it into this beautiful furniture.
Right, let me break it down to you. So it's a lot of work, I must say. You completely break it down step by step. You take it apart. After you take it apart, you have to pull out every single nail. After you take out every single nail, you have to then shed the first layer.
Okay.
After you shed the first layer of the wood, you then putty every hole that the nail came out of. Then you treat the entire thing because you know Trinidad is
termites, yeah.
A lot of termites.
Yeah.
So
about hours in Pesco.
exactly.
So,
So I actually treat my my pieces twice. Then after we treat them, we join them, and then we create whatever vision I may come up with for someone, or if someone else have a vision that they may like, and we put it together, we join it, we cut it, sand it, seal it, stain it, and that's how the beauty is done.
I love these shelves on the wall, you know.
Yeah, they're amazing.
We actually had an idea for Breaking Dawn where we would have a shelf on the wall for like people who come and bring things to the program. Like the person who gifted me this hat, you know, Anthony, pick up yourself. You know, you put the hat on his shelf and you just rest
I would love to do a set for you guys, by the way.
I mean, I'm watching those wall shelves that you have here, and it's looking.
Thank you.
And it's looking expensive. That's the thing. It's looking real expensive.
And it's not MDF. It's real pine wood that we have just been sleeping on and not being innovative anymore. You know, I'm actually happy that the tariffs are coming to Trinidad because it allows us to start by being innovative.
And manufacturing here.
Exactly, right here.
Yeah.
Remember long ago how things used to last forever? Shoes.
Yes.
You have a shirt that lasts in down. You can probably still have your father's shirt if you
let me tell you something. It's true what she's saying, you know? Remember I tell all of that the other day? I say anybody realize that the size of a large pizza gets smaller? When I was going to school, a large pizza, you had to hold a pizza so. Now you could hold a large pizza like this.
Yeah.
And nobody said anything. They just sneak it in. They just take away the inches from you, and boom, this is a large. And you're like, okay.
Yeah. And you know, and Stefan, I'll tell you something.
Now.
Yeah.
Look at this set here. Look at, oh God, you could go back on that video. This is sick. That is the whole set is $600.
Yes. You're going to make me raise my prices.
No. We don't want you to raise your prices. I just said, no, man.
But and another thing also, in the future, I would love to.
$2,400 for that?
Yeah.
Or more?
Yeah. It's fun. That's my number one. I mean, how many times outside we just want a part to play cards?
Correct.
Or just a little lime outside with the fellas.
Yeah.
And it's not MDF. It's going to last you. It's easy. You could pack it up. You could put it inside.
Right.
Yeah, there's many things you could do with it, you know, and it's affordable.
So this is, okay. So, I mean, in all the things that I know you've dabbled in, right? This is it here. Look at that, look at that.
I would never say this is, yes, look,
Look at that. That's quality with that glass on top there?
Yes.
Also, you fit.
Yes.
You do all of that too, but
Yes.
just you would.
Yes, floating beds, chest of drawers, everything. There's nothing that we don't do. Well, we can't do a fridge or a stove at the moment, but there's
Yeah, but
nothing. There's
look at
nothing.
this. This is a nice, look at the wardrobe.
Yes. There's nothing that we don't do out of
Like top
pallets.
quality thing, man.
It is. And affordable. Once again, affordable. And it doesn't look,
Your phone ringing off the hook.
no, it's not. It,
It's ringing off the hook, I tell
you know what I like about my pieces
know about
also?
this,
It doesn't look inexpensive. It's chic,
No,
it's
it looks
modern.
classy.
Exactly.
And modern.
Exactly.
Looks classy and
exactly.
modern.
Exactly. You know.
I love it, you know.
So like,
fellas.
Stefan, quickly, in the future, I hope to bring Lashana's palette design into the schoolrooms.
Okay.
Instead of us spending loads of money for other persons to redo the
To supply
for
furniture
students,
and that kind of thing,
I, in the
yeah.
future, will be doing that, and I really hope that governments come together with me and team up and see how important it is
I think,
that
listen.
we get all these palettes off the streets and turn them into art.
Here when I know you're out there. No, I'm serious. Last night we were doing a sports show. We have a sports show we just filmed, and we did it last night. And I tell the fellas, I say, well, I had to go because I had 3 guests in the morning. And one of them is a lady who does do these pallet furniture. And they actually knew. They knew. They say, yeah, boy, that furniture look real good, you know. And you have it on in the morning. So I said, well, yeah. So they actually, they knew, and those 2 men are talking about,
Yeah,
you know, usually
no
you
one-
more likely a woman would have said, oh, yeah, because
Yeah.
women always searching for these things. Yeah, so they came across the Instagram.
Yeah, and I must say, I don't mean to brag Trinidad and Tobago, but I am the best at what I do. There's no one that makes furniture out of pallets in Trinidad and Tobago the
Like-
way I do.
like the way
Because
you
you
do.
can't tell. When you take a look at it, you can't tell. Unless I tell someone this is made out of pallets, you wouldn't know.
You would never know.
And that is where I'm at. I want persons to have pieces that you can't tell.
All right, beautiful.
And-
I am, listen, people, the number to call, or listen, the number on the screen, it is they have to WhatsApp you. You could WhatsApp 366-0800. That is 366-0800. It is Lashana's palette designs.
Design.
Just look at that. Look at that for your kitchen.
Yes. And I'll tell you something.
Where you want Taggy?
The beds, I can't keep them in stock. I
The
can't-
beds?
Yeah, beds. There's different styles. So definitely go on to the Shauna's Palette Design on Instagram.
beds is what for?
There's 1,000 and up. Yeah.
Only $1,000.
And up, and up. No, and up.
No, I know, and up, but I just saying, I went up, listen, the price of bed these days.
Yeah, there's, Stefan, there's a lot of people still just sleeping on their mattress, right?
Yes!
Yeah, and not because they choose to, but the prices are just ridiculous.
It is totally ridiculous. Man, you want to know, what is going on now? Jeez,
Yeah.
natures, I see the price of bed the other day. I said, when I lie down on that, I
Stefan,
get up.
the price of everything. Even my shoe stands, that's my...
Oh, yes, she have shoe stands. I'm sure that I sent them. Fellas, I would have sent all something with the shoe stand. That is our shoe stand. Trust me.
Exactly. There's a lot of
Yeah.
shoe stands now selling at almost at a certain place.
And I
But-
said 250. It was
Yes,
250.
exactly. And shoe stands now in Trinidad, if you go to certain places, small, frail, for 400, 500, and they don't last.
If I show you the shoe stand I buy by the Chinese and them.
Exactly.
For two
I've
something.
seen them. I've seen them, yes.
Right?
I've seen
I
them.
could fit 8 pair of shoes on it
Yeah,
only.
yeah.
And she have a shoe stand for 250. I telling you, the
That
whole shoe
lasts.
store could fit on that.
And you could sit on it, it's so strong.
You could sit on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've had persons rested where, right where they're able to sit on it and put the shoes underneath. That's how strong it is.
And it's,
You
so
remember,
you test all these things are tested.
You must
and, yeah.
remember what pallets were for. Pallets is to carry the heaviest items to bring in from
That's-
another
that's
country.
true. That's true.
So, how stronger
true.
can you get?
That's true. Yeah, you can't get stronger than
Exactly.
that. And then the quality of the wood too is fine.
Exactly.
All right. Now, I just want to ask you something. Well,
Sure.
we had 7 o'clock, people. So just before we wrap up with Lashana, I want to encourage you all to check out Lashana. I think
Yes.
Lashana, we will be. I think Obi's going to call you because
Yeah,
I think we Breaking Dawn's new set. I think we could get it very, very affordable.
Well, Stephanie,
from
better hurry up
Lashana's
because
Designs.
Christmas is around the corner.
Oh,
and
we know. Oh, we hurry
this
it.
is-
Don't worry.
This is the time I cannot keep I cannot keep anything.
We
It's
started
gone.
on bloody your horn, don't frighten. Everybody off, don't worry.
So Trinidad and Tobago, please check out my page. Put in your orders ASAP because Christmas is around the corner and I will be shutting off this year at an early time.
At an early time. But
Yes.
you're on Facebook, Instagram,
Yes.
and TikTok?
Yes.
All right. And it's Lashana's. You see exactly what is seen on the screen there, people? Lashana's Palette Designs.
Yes.
You go to Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok. You type that in, it's going to come up. You can check out all of the different designs. I just want to ask you something. What was the most challenging part of this journey for you?
Dealing with you men.
What? What be so easy to deal with?
Let me tell you something. I thought the hardest part of the business would have been creating it, actually dealing with the workers, male workers.
Serious?
Yeah, I mean it's a masculine job, right? So it's hard for you men to take orders from a woman.
So you have no other woman. You don't have any women on,
No.
on your staff?
Not as yet.
And you do but you are a perfect example. You're a
Yes.
trendsetter in that regard because
Thank
you not only have the business or had the vision to start the business, but you also create.
Yes.
So,
Every design you see there is my creation.
Wow.
An original.
Oh, one more thing. If somebody comes with a design
Yes.
and they want this custom made,
I get
you're
it
doing
done.
that as
yes.
well. So you making anything?
Yes,
to,
I even come to your home, you show me your vision, and I make your vision happen. I make it a reality.
Okay, brilliant. I just love the fact that this thing is real affordable.
Yes, and don't forget how beautiful and chic. The
Yeah.
days of the chunky furniture is out. Those days are out. It's very minimalist, very wood, very rustic, vintage.
I love it.
That's the look we're going for in 2024. So
Nice.
check out
in
my
2020,
page.
not 2024, in 2026. In 2026.
Give me a call,
You must
366.
start in 2024. But in 2026, you really started in 2024.
I did.
Yeah.
That's why.
No, but I just look at it.
Yes.
This outdoor,
Yes.
like your porch.
And so different.
Things like, look at that.
And different.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you want to be what do you want to call it? A person who wants to set the trend,
Yeah.
definitely check out my pieces and give me a call at 366
Brilliant.
0800.
So I'll tell you what, people, we want to thank Lashana for coming.
Thank you so
and,
much.
exposing all of this beautiful furniture at steal of a deal prices.
Yes.
Christmas is coming, so all you heard there, get your orders in early because she's shutting off early because she wants to enjoy her Christmas too. All
And
right?
all pieces are treated, all pieces are strong, all pieces, just trust me, once you get an LPD piece, you start seeing places in your home that you never thought about doing.
Now one thing, we have the WhatsApp number, we have the social media, but if people want to, do you have like a showroom or anything?
That's coming in
That's coming.
2027.
Okay.
How about that?
All right, you see what I mean? On the ball, man, on the ball. All right, so I'll tell you what, WhatsApp on 366-0800, 0800-366, and start the conversation today, place your order today, and get going today. I just think, listen, save $1. And there was an article, just real quickly here, there was an article where she said, flood victims.
Yes.
When people house get flood out and thing,
my
and then they had to
God.
replace the furniture. This is one way of replacing your furniture at a very affordable price.
Can I tell you, they shouldn't
Yeah.
even be buying those furnitures in certain places, that flood, because it's a nuisance.
It's yeah.
Every single thing falls apart. It's MDF. It's MDF.
MDF, yeah.
So definitely give me a call if you live in those areas, because with my pieces, you have nothing to worry about.
Brilliant. So I'll tell you what, people, we got to take a break. When we come back from the break, Akila Holder, she has a beautiful book, Heaven's Viewpoint. Oh gosh, put some God in all your life this morning.
That's always a good thing.
We done deal with beauty, and we go deal with a little spirituality after.
And thank you for having me.
No problem,
All right.
anytime, beautiful.
Have a pleasant morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
So people, stay tuned, we'll be back after this. Nice one.
Had my first piece of furniture custom made. It is a bedside table. Oh, look at it. Craftsmanship. It's so big. Oh my gosh, I could put a lamp or something. Oh my gosh, guys, I love it. I love it so freaking much. So I'm so grateful for the girl who did it. Y'all should go and check out her Instagram page. She's so good. 10 out of 10.
Namaste. I am Pandit Jairam, 3580103 from Trinidad and Tobago. If you are facing any kind of problem in life, be it planetary obstacles, delays in marriage, issue in having children, troubles in business or job, health concerns, or lack of peace of mind, I provide the right astrological guidance and remedies. Every problem has a solution according to your birth chart and planetary positions. Do not delay. Whether your issue is small or big, answer to your questions are here. Contact Pandit Jairam, 3580103, Trinidad and Tobago. The path to solving your problems begins today.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
Open Minds Education, Trinidad and Tobago. Hear me now. Click in, level up. School up on your phone, you know.
Learn today, lead tomorrow. We're ready for your growth. Farm 5C6 adult class, take the oath. No traffic, no stress, just log in and post. Open Minds Education, TNT we both.
You want pass exam? Cool, we sort that. Replay the lesson till the knowledge lock back. Real teacher with feedback, no copy, no chat.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Am I looking?
All right, people, so we are back on Breaking Dawn this morning, and we have an author with us. Now, Akila Holder, this is this lady here, this lovely lady. She's an author, teacher, and former journalist, and she began her career in journalism as a freelance journalist for the Trinidad Express Woman magazine and then moved on to full-time journalism at the Trinidad Newsday, but she doesn't do that again. She's an author, all right? And she has a book here that she's written, and it's called Heaven's Viewpoint, God's Perspective on Various Life Issues. All right, God's perspective, eh? But good morning to you, Akila.
Good morning.
And nice to meet you as well. But when we talk about God's perspective, all right, just before we get into the book itself, isn't God's perspective supposed to be man's perspective?
It should be man's perspective, but unfortunately we have our own perspective of how we do things. Right.
This is true. This is so true.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us a little bit about how this book. Okay, this is a book that deals with life issues from a biblical perspective.
Correct, yes.
What I've learned is in life, everything you experience in life, every problem you have and every solution to it, if you go to the Bible, you'll find it.
True.
So we're supposed to already know the Bible like it's there to the Savior time.
That's right.
Right.
Yes.
So what is the twist in this book then? Is there a twist or?
There's no twist.
Uh-huh.
It's just that as human beings, we tend to do our own thing, right?
Okay.
And we also can misinterpret the Bible. So God has a particular way that we should live. He wants us to live a particular way. Let me give you an example. I love the, remember Everybody Loves Raymond?
Yeah.
Right, now there was,
Of
there was an episode where Ray's mother barged in on him and Deborah, and she brought her priest with her. And he asked the question, she asked the priest, Reverend, tell me something. Do we have to obey all of the commandments, or can we pick and choose which ones we obey? Right? She was right. She made the point that we have a tendency to do some of the things that God says, and then other things we throw to the wayside if it's not convenient.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
So even though really and truly we should be living according to the word of God, we don't always do it. Now God wants to be involved in every aspect of our lives, not just some, because we tend to leave him. We might call on God if we have a problem, if we fall ill, if we need financial assistance. But there are other areas of our lives where we have to include God. You can include God if, for instance, if you're looking for a mate, you may want to seek God's counsel on that.
Yes.
If you're looking for employment, you want to seek God's counsel on that. So God has, because as human beings, our perspective is limited, so it's important to consider his perspective on everything. Right? So even if we're looking at these issues, even personal issues, we can also see God's perspective on it.
Okay, now I see that some of the issues that you have here, chapter 1 is love, chapter 2, suicide.
Yes.
Now, well, they say when you commit suicide, you enter the kingdom of heaven.
Right, correct.
Right, so is there some sort of different perspective that the book gives on that? And if so, where do these perspectives come from? Does it come from you in terms of your interpretation, or?
No, it comes from the Bible. It wouldn't be.
Oh, it comes from the Bible.
Right.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
So it comes from the Bible.
Now, when we say that suicide is wrong, here's the issue with understanding God's word. Sometimes it's not always clear, and there are misunderstandings in some of us, we have misunderstandings about his word. So when we think, yes, it's easy to say suicide is wrong and maybe you will not get into the kingdom of heaven, but why is it wrong? And a lot of people don't have an understanding of why it's wrong. Yes, it's easy to say, okay, suicide is simply one of the sides, right? Femicide is the killing of women. Homicide, the killing of another person. And then you have patricide, the killing of father. It's just another eye, but at the end of the day, it's murder. In addition to that, what precedes suicide is depression, right? A lot of people who are battle major depression, they tend to commit suicide.
Right.
Now, the Bible is very clear that God brings peace, he brings comfort, he brings joy. So if you are depressed, then you are not walking according to the word of God. I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Right? So Galatians 5:16, 19, 22 states that if you walk by the Spirit, you will not gratify the desires of the flesh. The acts of the flesh are obvious. He talks about impurity, debauchery, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, discord, etc. It goes on to say, and the like. Galatians 5:26 tells us, my counsel is this, live freely, animated, and motivated by God's Spirit, then you won't feed the compulsions of selfishness, Therefore, it is obvious that when you think a particular way, you're going to be depressed, and the more depressed you become, the more likely you are to commit suicide. And because of that, it is displeasing to God.
Oh, okay.
Remember, God is a God He is moved by faith.
Right.
Don't recall which Bible verse says it. I think it's in Hebrews. It tells us that without faith, it is impossible to please God.
No, that's true.
Right.
That's true.
Yes.
And the devil out here busy creating doubt.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, that's what the devil does. Creates doubt, and he also distracts.
Right.
Right. So you know, I've said to people, I said, you know, the devil will make you kill you, though. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The devil is not somebody who will make you pick up a gun and shoot somebody, you know. But he will push you in a particular direction to reach you to that point.
Exactly.
But then you still have the ultimate, you still are in control of the decision that you make.
Exactly. If we consider the Garden of Eden, for example, did God blame Adam alone? Did he blame Eve alone? Did he blame the devil alone? No. All three were held accountable. So the devil needs your cooperation.
Correct.
He needs your cooperation.
That's right. If you don't, you know, if you don't act on it, then, and that's where the strength and belief in God comes in.
Correct.
From as far as I understand, that's where your faith comes in. Because if you have faith, you will understand. Like somebody told me the other day, I was talking to them and they said, "Well, you know, I'm an atheist. Does it tackle that in the book?"
No, it does not.
All right. But they said I'm an atheist, you know, Stefan. I say, okay. I say, well, it's easy to live as an atheist, you know, but when you die, it will be hard.
Correct.
Right? Because so they don't understand exactly what I said.
That's correct, yeah.
And I say, well, you know, I'd rather live believing in God or having faith in God than die or live a life not believing in God, die and realize it have a God. Because that could be a whole different kettle of fish, right?
Correct.
So, you know what I mean? It have all these, but faith is very important. I remember Father always used to tell me that.
Yes.
Undying faith, when you have undying faith in God, things will go right for you.
Correct.
Everything will fall into place. And I've seen that with my own two eyes. I see you have a very controversial, two very controversial topics there. Abortion, homosexuality.
Yes.
Right? So what is the perspective in the book along those lines then?
So where God is concerned, homosexuality is not, it's not okay.
Right.
It is not, and the Bible is actually very clear that homosexual relationships, whether between men or women, it is unnatural.
Right. Because they can't procreate.
Correct.
Correct.
But the thing is, sex is not just for procreation, and let's be clear, it's not just for procreation, it's also for enjoyment according to the stipulations of God, right? So God right. But because homosexuality goes against God's will, it is wrong. So sin is basically anything that contravenes the will of God.
The will of God, right.
Correct, yeah.
Okay. So what about abortion? Because this has been a contentious topic in certain parts, especially in the United States of America, where you have one side, you know, this whole abortion conversation is taking place. So as it relates to the Bible and what the Bible's perspective is on abortion, what does the book say on that?
You know, it's very interesting. The Bible does not give any clear guidelines on abortion.
On abortion.
There are certain verses that people will have used. For example, there's a verse in Proverbs that talks about hands that shed innocent blood. And that's basically killing someone without cause, right? Murder. So that does not apply to abortion per se.
Right.
However, if you study the Word of God carefully, it's clear that God is pro-life. Now, let me tell you something interesting about me. I was never, I wouldn't say I was a pro-life person. I used to be pro-choice because I'm what you will call a moderate feminist. I'm not a radical. So I always felt, look, it's a woman's right to choose. You have no right to tell me what to do with my body. However, God comes in and it's clear he sees things differently. Now, we have to be careful that we use wisdom when dealing with abortion. There are two different types. There's abortion on demand and abortion for the sake of saving the life of a mother.
Okay.
Right? And there are also instances of incest and rape. Again, the Bible doesn't give any clear guidelines on that. However, he is a merciful God, and that's something we have to use wisdom on.
Okay.
Right? In terms of abortion on demand, you know, you get pregnant, let me just go have an abortion because it's inconvenient to me. That is something God confident he would not look kindly on that.
Right.
He would understand, and he's a forgiving God, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But it's not something he would choose,
Okay.
right? Because he does say, I am able to provide, right? Hebrews 13:6, for example, states, the Lord is my helper, I will not be afraid. So, okay, you get pregnant, it's not something you had planned.
But it's also not the end of the world. Right.
Thank you. If God were to show up in your bedroom, he would say to you, listen to me. I know this is not what you have planned, but I am here to assist you. I will put things in place for you, right? He will give you guidance on how, yes, your life is going to be harder. If you're in school, now you have to juggle raising a child and studying. It's going to be harder, but it's not impossible as far as God is concerned.
Right.
Yes.
No, but, and that's the thing, that's the thing, is that some people fail to realize at a certain point in time in their life that life isn't easy. That's what I'm saying. Life is a journey of overcoming obstacles and tough periods. It's even the people that you think have it easy. Some of them are the most problems. We're talking about even the wealthy.
Right.
Because people will usually break down their problems to and break it down to well, I know money.
Yes,
So
exactly.
it always come back to finances.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
But even those who have problems in some form or the other,
Correct.
they're struggling with something. So money, as I have learned, is not the cure to a happy life. You understand what I'm saying? And you actually get more happiness and peace in your faith.
Yeah.
Yeah? You sit down with our Bible and you start, all the talk people is talk, you sit down and you read our Bible. You sit down and start to go through some passages in the Bible. You get peace. That's why I know that our God. Because I've never read any other book and feel that way. If you understand what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying,
But when I'm
yes.
reading the Bible, there is this calmness, whatever pressure, everything. Everything, it's as if, so it has to have a reason why you get, you have that type of mindset and you experience that kind of feeling when you pick up a Bible. It's the only book that you ever pick up that you feel that way. So, faith is very important.
Yes.
Faith over money any day. And some people might say, but Stefan, about that, because faith can't go to the grocery and make groceries for you. But I tell you something, you're wrong about that. Because on your way to the grocery, somebody go buy the groceries for you.
Correct. It has happened.
Somebody will do it for you.
Cases
That's
where
how
that has
faith
happened,
works.
yeah, yes.
I'm telling you, something will happen when you least expect it, in your darkest moment.
That's right.
That will put light on that darkness and pull you out of it. I telling all you, that is faith. That is faith. I telling you, I've seen it with my own two eyes. I've experienced it. You understand? Through my old man. I'm telling you, and I don't know how we used to walk around with that spirit. Don't worry, man. Money go come. And just so, you know what I mean? Just so. So, faith is very important. Now,
It's essential, yeah.
before we run out of time, now the book is Heaven's Viewpoint. You have all of these, how many chapters? 15?
Correct, yeah.
All right, so there's 15 chapters tackling what I think in terms of topics are things that people struggle with on a daily basis, or just heavily debated topics
Correct.
that people, they engage in. So this book currently is available where?
It will be available from Monday at Metropolitan Book Suppliers Limited. It is at the corner. It's on Traverse Road.
Okay.
Oh Lord, I can't remember the name of the street. It is
All right, on Traverse Road. Metropolitan?
No, it's on the avenue.
It's on the avenue,
Correct,
Metropolitan
Book Suppliers
Book
Limited.
Suppliers.
Yes.
So the book will be available at Metropolitan Book Suppliers. Is there any online version of it, or
Not
it's
as
just
yet.
hard copy? Not as yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
just the hard copy right now.
So from Monday, the book will be available. I encourage you to purchase this book because, that's the other thing that we're missing these days, the ability and the want to read. We had to go back to reading, not off a device,
Correct.
but, from the hard copy itself. I prefer to read from a book than to pull up something online. I'm telling you. Reading from the papers, I just read the papers. I'm more comfortable. Maybe I'm old school. I just more comfortable reading it in black and white, being able to pick it up physically, than just going on the computer and then scrolling through and reading. So I don't know.
Yeah, but then stuff on the computer hurts your eyes as well. I prefer the hard copy
I
myself.
prefer the hard copy. So, I mean, look, this is a book too for people who may be going through
correct.
little problems, depression, yeah.
That is correct. So it's not just this is not just a Christian book, you know. I do
Yeah.
my best to break down the information so that even those who don't necessarily believe in the Bible can open up to it.
Open up to it.
Yes.
So people, Akila Holder, author of Heaven's Viewpoint, it will be available at the Metropolitan Book Supplier on Arpita Avenue from Monday. Please go out, check out the book, take a read in the book. And the book is not a thick book, right?
No.
It's very, yeah.
It's easy to read.
Nice, man. It's like a West Indian reader.
Yes.
Yes, it's like that, yeah.
It's like that,
For those of you who know what that is, if they still, I don't know if they still use it in school. But we got to take a break, but check out Akila Holder, Heaven's Viewpoint. Any final words before we go?
No, basically, just be open because God is there to help everyone. And there's an answer for every problem in the Bible, as Stefan has rightly stated.
All right. Yeah. So people, don't go anywhere. More breaking down for you. We have Dr. Uchenna Hackett coming up next. Stay tuned.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Welcome to South Point Hotel Barbados, your gateway to a luxury oasis of tranquility, comfort, and impeccable service. Nestled along the popular south coast of Barbados, South Point Hotel is a true haven for those seeking relaxation, rejuvenation, and unforgettable experiences. From the moment you arrive, you'll be enveloped by an ambiance of serenity that effortlessly blends with the stunning flora and fauna surrounding you. The accommodations are spacious, elegant, and thoughtfully designed to ensure maximum comfort. Each room offers a perfect retreat where you can unwind, rejuvenate, and be pampered with the exceptional service of attentive staff. Indulge in the extraordinary at Driftwood, the in-house restaurant, where culinary excellence meets coastal charm. Driftwood's menu is a celebration of fresh, local ingredients, expertly crafted to create a dining experience that will take your palate on a delightful gastronomic journey the Bajan way. Whether you're here to relax by the pool, enjoy a delicious meal, or explore the enchanting beaches nearby, every moment at South Point Hotel is crafted to exceed your expectations. Book your stay today and immerse yourself in the luxury oasis that South Point Hotel offers. Discover a destination where every detail is thoughtfully curated for your enjoyment. South Point Hotel Barbados, creating memories that last a lifetime. For reservations, email them at reservations@southpointhotelbarbados.com or call 1246-424-7744 or check out the website www.southpointbarbados.com.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited, quality you can trust.
Air air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerators, parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their 2 locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 Corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Open Minds Education, Trinidad and Tobago. Hear me now. Click in, level up. School up on your phone, you know.
Learn today, lead tomorrow. We're ready for your growth. Farm 5C6 adult class, take the oath. No traffic, no stress, just log in and post. Open Minds Education, TNT we both.
You want pass exam? Cool, we sort that. Replay the lesson till the knowledge lock back. Real teacher with feedback, no copy, no chat.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
Yeah. All right, so we're back. Yeah, we only had 3 fellas. All right, so we're going to get to Dr. Uchenna Hackett in just a little bit. Before we do that, I would like to remind you about Safety Rigging and Lifting Services Limited. They have over 2 decades in experience in rigging and lifting operations in the construction, oil and gas industry, and their services are available for offshore and land process gas maintenance projects, shutdowns, turnarounds, etc. So some of their specialized services include lifting and rigging awareness training, auditing and visual inspections and documentation review, policy review and development, site visits, this is both on land and offshore, and rigging loft management, as well as risk assessment for lift operations. So they offer expert guidance and support ensuring safety, efficiency, and compliance with industry standards, regulations, and legislation. Their services are not limited to Trinidad and Tobago, as they can also provide these services in the Caribbean and South America region. So for more information, you could feel free to contact them at 868-774-1498. And you could also visit their website, safetyriggingandliftingconsultancy.com. So make sure and check them out today. We also want to remind you about the Keolic range of products. And these products are backed by science with over 900 scientific research and clinical trials. And they are all made from the aged garlic extract. They include the Keodophilus probiotics, the Keo green powder drink mix, the Keo circulation health, the cholesterol health, the total heart health, the cleanse and digestion, and the blood pressure health. And it's very easy to find these products. All you need to do is go to a pharmacy or a health store across the country. And if you need more info on any product in the Keolic range, you can WhatsApp 728-0338. That is 728-0338. And finally, do not forget that Eden Heights, yes, Eden Heights Clinic, one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. Now they offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments, and that includes prolozone therapy, halotherapy, nutritional programs, weight loss programs, and they also offer consultation services as well. Arthritis, diabetes, child counseling, high blood pressure, and any pain that you could think about, from knee, shoulder, and back pain. So, they got 3 locations. You could check them out in Trinity City, Chaguanas, or Tobago, and you can give them a call on 640-8985 or 613-7571. You could also WhatsApp them on 493-9196 or email them at EdenHeightsDistributors@gmail.com. All right, so check out Eden Heights. Now, there was an article in the paper that I just want to touch on very quickly here with the Port of Spain mayor. And I'm saying that, you know, I went and I looked at the parks and the condition of the parks, which fall under the Port of Spain Corporation. I don't know what the other parks across the country looking like, but I could speak to Port of Spain. The other problem that we're having in Port of Spain is garbage collection, for some reason or the other. But the city itself looks, for lack of a better word, stink and dirty. All right? Like the Fed. Now, the Port of Spain mayor has a plan to clean up the city. The Port of Spain City Corporation will be buying new garbage compactors to the tune of $18 million to help address garbage collection issues in the city. And that is just one of the aspects of the Clean City Initiative, with its mission to clean up the city for the benefit of visitors as well as residents. During a press conference at City Hall on September 30th, Mayor Chinua Alain explained that the initiative will be multi-pronged. It will also include investing in a fleet of street sweepers, obtaining approval from the Ministry of Health to amend the public health bylaws for a containerization pilot project, conducting public consultation on revising the garbage collection schedule, installing garbage bins in the Central Business District, and expanding the litter cart program, engaging contractors to address landscaping issues, and redeploying litter wardens to address dumping. Now, Alain said there have been difficulties with garbage collection in the city because despite spending over $2 million on compactor fleet maintenance over the past 2 financial years, the fleet's reliability has not improved because the vehicles are over 10 years old. Also, the city collected garbage in residential areas 5 days a week and 7 days a week in some commercial areas. So they were being overworked. This is what he had to say. Now, he said the city is now looking for approval by the Ministry of Rural Development and Local Government to purchase the compactors, at least 10 of them, and they're going to use these funds from the corporation's unspent balance account. So, as I understand now, the corporation is saying they have an unspent balance amount. So they have they have money. Show me the pictures from La Perouse Cemetery. The cemeteries also fall under the corporation. This is the condition of La Perouse Cemetery. Last week for my father's birthday, my father resides at 91 West Mukorapo Cemetery. All right? I'm telling you, just on a biblical note, Psalm 91, boy, one of the most powerful in the Bible. But nevertheless, this is La Perouse Cemetery, and this is the condition of La Perouse Cemetery. For some reason, the grass ain't cutting, nothing ain't going on. Now, I spoke to one individual down at Mukorapo. They say it's a money issue. And the cemeteries are left like this in this type of condition, right? I can't understand how it could be a money issue when the mayor is saying that the corporation have an unspent balance account, and that unspent balance account apparently is in or around a total of $18 million, because it's $18 million that he is saying these new garbage compactors will cost. So if you have the money there, why the cemetery is looking like this? The only cemetery that is presentable is Western Cemetery, where I went to a funeral last week as well, on the 26th of September. Right? But this is not the condition that La Perouse Cemetery should be in. Mukorapo Cemetery should not be in the condition that it is in. It's unacceptable. And it is even more unacceptable because the corporation is saying they have excess funds. They have funds that they have not utilized yet. You have the parks, you have Nelson Mandela, you have Jackson Square, you have the one on Rosalino Street. Right? All of those parks, the grass growing high. Why? That had nothing to do with CPEP and URP. That fall under corporation as far as I know. And once again, you have excess money. Because the fiscal year has come to an end. We're going into a new fiscal year coming up with this budget presentation that's supposed to take place very soon. So I can't understand why we have these issues. And don't even let me get started on the garbage collection. Because there was garbage the last time I went by Nelson Mandela, and it actually stopped me from not going there to run on an afternoon again, because I'm not going to run around a park with a set of garbage. You understand what I'm saying? And I agree with the mayor. The city needs to be cleaned. And I think there's also in there the installation of garbage bins. Now remember, the garbage bins were removed after the Mr. Big situation with the explosion some years ago. I think that was around 20 years ago, that could have been around 2005 or somewhere or thereabouts. And a lot of those bins, I think, were removed because of that incident. But I think they're going to put back some bins, and I've been calling for that for a long time, so I could back the mayor on that. But, the cemeteries, the parks, the garbage collection, come on, this is the capital city, man. You look better than that. All right, so I just wanted to mention that very quickly. And we're going to take our final break, and when we return from that break, we got Uchenna Hackett with us, the man from UJuice. So stay tuned for that. That's coming up next. Don't go anywhere. It is Breaking Dawn, and it continues.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor. Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad. Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago. Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody say it.
The season of lights is bright and tasty with Royal Castle's delightful veggie burger made with a healthy and nutritious patty. It's great on its own or in a combo with one side and a 16-ounce drink. So whether it's lunch, dinner, or a snack, Royal Castle's veggie burger fits right in with your fasting and festivities. Happy Diwali from Royal Castle.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate-free, all-purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate-free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn, and we are going to be chatting with Dr. Uchenna Hackett in just a little bit. Before we do that, as we wait for him to come on via Zoom, I got to say, the Breaking Dawn Christmas party, I'm very excited. After I finished book the entertainment yesterday, man, I'm excited. I'm excited for you all. More than excited for me. Right, so to the fans, to the viewers, to all of you out there, we're going to come out on Saturday, 13th of December. We're going to have a terrific time. All you know how we just do it. Those of you who have been to the events that we have, you know how I do it. All right? And this year, we're taking it up a notch. We're taking it up a notch. So tickets will be available from Monday. All right? So make sure and get your tickets early. All right? And all sports and games outlets. We got sports and games in Trin City Mall, Long Circular Mall, West Mall, Tunapuna, Grand Bazaar, Price Plaza, and Gulf City. All right? So any part of Trinidad and Tobago that you are, you could access the tickets. And if you're in Tobago, or maybe you don't feel to leave your house, you can get the tickets online at trinbagoevents.com. So I'm urging you all to purchase the tickets early, and let's get going on the 13th of December. It's going to be a fantastic time. I tell you, we're going to have a great time. 6 p.m. to 12 midnight, premium drinks inclusive. We can't go wrong. I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy it. And for those of you flying into the country, we had a lot of people flew in last year. People flew in from New York, Florida. People came in from up the islands just to attend the party. It was fantastic. I did not know. We had people coming from Canada. I didn't know we would have people coming from all over the world. You know what I mean? Although the show is viewed all over the world, I didn't expect that. So, you know, if it keeps along those lines, it's going to be a tourism product as well that we've created. So, you know, I look forward to seeing this event grow. And of course, don't forget that part proceeds do go to a wonderful charity that is the Cerebral Palsy Society of Trinidad and Tobago. So children with cerebral palsy will be assisted. So Dr. Hackett is with us. Hey,
Good morning. Good
what
morning.
going on, man? The foot
Hi,
heal
good. How
up?
you going? What's that?
The foot heal up?
Long time.
Oh, all right, good man, nice. So I'll tell you what, Dr. Hackett, welcome back to the program. And Dr. Uchenna Hackett, of course, is the man behind the U-Juice and the, oh gosh, tell me the water again.
Workout water. Shilajit infused spring water. Yes.
Nice man, Shilajit. That's the name I was trying to remember. All right, so Dr. Hackett, welcome back to the show. We are 10 minutes away from the hour. 8 o'clock for the next 15 minutes. We're going to be chatting with him. What are we going to be chatting about?
Well, today we're chatting about my new book, which I've been working on very silently and quietly. That's why I was off the scene for some time. Apart from my accident, but I healed pretty fast, as I said. And for the last 5 months, I've been writing a book that's been 30 years in the making. The name of the book is called Soul First, Master 24 Hours, Master Life.
Okay.
It's now on Amazon. It's doing pretty well in the first 3 days. It's on special for 99 cents until Saturday. So I want to encourage everyone to get the book. I believe I shared it with you actually.
Yes.
It's already in terms of its ranking on Amazon. Amazon has millions of books, right? It's already 111th place in terms of personal development, which is the type of book it is. And in all of the millions of books we ranked, I think yesterday, as high as 30,000 in millions of titles. So we are doing pretty good so far. The book itself is life-changing. What I have done in the book is say something no one else has said or dared to say so far in the world, which is the soul of a human being is not just theory or metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
Before I go further into that explanation, I want to say this first and foremost, right? I have been working for 13 years looking at people's blood work, their blood chemistry, how it relates to their health and their wellness, giving them herbs, giving them cleanses to get them back to perfect health for 13 years of my life.
Right.
I have observed everything. I actually have herbs everywhere in this world. I've tested every herb, again, using blood chemistry, so I know which ones are most effective, which ones are not. Not in theory. I've looked at the blood chemistry for 13 years. I have seen diseases reverse with herbs alone, but then another dimension happened when I started doing a process I call Me Time. And Me Time is a process of me helping people to reconnect to their soul. I've created a chart, which is a world's first in the book, where we show very clearly that the soul powers your brain powers thoughts, okay? So thoughts are electrical sparks coming from the brain.
Uh-huh.
We put those thoughts in a place called the mind.
Uh-huh.
But the mind doesn't exist, of course, but it's a metaphor. It's a place where we speak of as if it's a brain region, even though it's not.
Okay.
We speak of the mind and the subconscious mind, but there is nowhere any neuroscientist could identify a mind or subconscious mind. But we get back to that.
So your mind is like your conscience.
Well, this is the confusion now. we have a lot of confusion, right? But I'll get back to that. This is why the book is important. So I want to clear it up for viewers and for you. For me, it was a life-changing thing once I understood this. Once you understand this, your life is different instantly, by the way. Okay, so the brain powers thoughts. Thoughts create environments that your cells live in. So we know that. We know from Bruce Lipton, Biology of Belief, for example, that your thoughts can change. This is now epigenetics. Your thoughts could rewrite your genes, even though this is still debated in the scientific community. But nonetheless, thoughts, we know that thoughts changes things. So a good example of this is a bachak cut leaves, right? Leaves, if there's a storm, the bachak doesn't cut leaves anymore. In fact, before the storm even comes, the bachak says the environment to cut leaves is not conducive, so I am not cutting leaves. A bird knows that without building a nest, its own survival is threatened, but if there's a storm, the bird doesn't build a nest because the environment to build a nest is not conducive. Now, humans have a little over 30 trillion cells that respond in unison the same way that a flock of birds fly in perfect harmony with each other, synchronicity, as if it's one brain. So for you to visualize how cells work, just visualize how a school of fish work. When they swim as if it's one brain, you see.
Right.
So a thought tells your 37 trillion cells, to be exact, it tells it how to behave. This is why, if I say to you now, Stefan, you just won $1 billion, your entire body feels electrified. Or if I say, Stefan, something bad happened, the entire body feels it immediately, every cell. You can feel it in your gut, your heart changes, your breath changes instantly.
But isn't that emotion?
Well, these are still downstream. I want to get to the upstream now. So
okay.
We are saying that the soul powers your brain. This is now hierarchy now. We are taught that mind over matter is what matters. Correct?
Yeah.
We are taught
mind over matter,
that,
yeah.
the mind is king.
Yes.
Correct?
That if you set your mind to do anything, you could do it.
Right. This is true. But there's another truth that nobody talks about. Your soul, the energy that animates you, that makes Stefan, that makes all of our listeners be themselves, is unique. It's a unique energy. Even though we all say, I have low energy or high energy, we talk about the energy like it's from TN Tech. But the energy that animates us has an intelligence. It doesn't just have an intelligence, it has divine intelligence. How do I know this? Because if we look at a polygraph machine, what is the polygraph machine testing? Is it testing a lie, or is it testing the biological response from the body to a lie? Is it also testing that since the mind is king and mind over matter, then how is it that you cannot tell a lie without some energy above you disturbing your whole energy field sufficiently enough that a machine that will go like this when you're telling the truth goes like this when you're lying?
Right.
What is causing that shift? You talked about a conscience, but what is the conscience? We describe it as a conscience, but what is the conscience? Where it came from? A lion don't have a conscience if he kills a deer.
No.
If you don't kill the deer, in fact, no animal has a conscience.
Right.
They are alive and they have a soul, but they have a brain. The chimpanzee brain is almost like, I think it's like 98% the same as a human. But chimpanzee doesn't choose to meditate or to go on a diet. No. Even though the brain is almost identical.
Right.
But see, scientists are hard pressed to describe what we call soul. But there are two more machines I want to talk about. There's another machine called a fMRI, which is more effective than a polygraph machine when testing a so-called lie.
Okay.
The polygraph machine is testing who is in control in the body. This energy is creating cellular chaos, I call it. But the fMRI, you can see the part of the brain that's telling the lie. And there's one more machine called HRV. Polygraph machine is like 60 to 70% effective. So some people can beat it and they do different things to beat it.
Right.
Then HRV, which is not just looking at the beats per minute of the heart, is checking the space in between the beats to see if the beats are cohesive. Almost like you're in a party and you see two people dancing and they want to know which beat they're dancing to.
Yeah.
Okay. Right? So the polygraph, the HRV machine checking to see if your heart dancing in time. Right? If it's dancing in time, you have a high HRV score, and a high HRV score correlates to lower risk of every major chronic lifestyle disease. A low HRV score correlates to the reverse, an increase in all major lifestyle diseases.
Right.
Right? Now, let me make it very simple now. We have two hemispheres of our brain, of the physical brain, not the mind, not the subconscious mind. We have two hemispheres. It's not a clean cut down the center, it's mixed. So, for example, the prefrontal cortex, this whole part in front, spreads across the two hemispheres. That's where that's the CEO of the brain. That's what you could say is the mind. That's the mind that's making decisions. The prefrontal cortex makes 35,000 decisions every day.
Okay.
So let's talk about neuroscience now. That is what you're describing to be the mind over matter, right? Now, the prefrontal cortex cannot lie without a consequence. The HRV check is looking at your heart. Your heart has intelligence of its own. Your heart is a brain by itself. It has 50,000 neurons. Your gut is a brain with 500 million neurons. Your heart sends more signals to your brain than your brain sends to your heart.
Okay.
This is why when the heart is broken, everything else breaks, because your heart is essential intelligence in your body. It's not just a pump to pump blood everywhere, no.
Okay, understood. I'm following you. We have about 4 minutes left there, but go ahead. Now let's give it a little, yeah.
Of course. So your soul now is in control. Your soul broadcasts to your heart first, because HRV machine, before the person even tells the lie, the energy that we all know to be a soul, changes the beat. So you can't lie. So in other words, regardless of someone's belief, HRV is about 80 to 90% accurate. And then the fMRI, which sees where you're lying in the brain, is about 95% accurate.
Okay.
So in my book, Soul First Master 24 Hours Master Life, I show you studies, for example, that purpose extends life by 7 years. But where do you find purpose? Purpose comes from your soul. It tells you, Stefan, that I was created. God made me to be in media. If you didn't follow that nudge, nobody would know who Stefan is. You followed your soul intuition, and this is why you are now the major personality that you are in the world.
Okay. But I mean, right? In terms of the soul, the body can't exist without the soul.
No,
nothing can exist without the soul.
Exactly. But science has not been able to measure to say this is the soul, but they have been measuring the fingerprints of the soul. But when you think that your mind is king, you are missing out on a very important part of your intelligence, because many parts of the intelligence flows, your B cells and T cells, your immune cells, remember without the brain. It sees without eyes, because it knows the virus that comes into your body. If it's cancer, it sends natural killer cells.
Okay.
If it's a virus, if it's a parasite, it sends basophils or neutrophils. It knows what part of this white blood cell force is. It's not just the same thing, the same white blood cells for everything. It knows without the brain. If you are sick, you cannot logic your way back to wellness. So when we're talking about disease, we are talking about a state where the soul itself is broken.
Right.
You see. And the book teaches you how to heal in the most important parts of your life. From chapter 1 to 12, it shows you when you apply Soul First. Chapter 2 actually shows you how Soul First, all the studies that actually prove it.
Okay.
Then chapter 3 shows you soul set versus mindset, a whole new paradigm shift in how we look at life. Chapter 4 shows you how to measure soul intelligence. We have actually created an app, which is coming out soon, and something called CarQuotient, so people can measure their soul intelligence, which directly relates to their HRV. And by the way, anyone who has a smartphone could check their HRV today to see if it's high or low, because every smartphone has a stress test built in, and the technology built into it is HRV. So you can check today to see if your HRV is high or low. HRV has nothing to do with your blood pressure being high or low, by the way. HRV tells me how cohesive your both hemispheres of your brain is, whether you are in flight or fight mode, which is your parasympathetic nervous system, or whether you are in rest mode. Sorry, sympathetic nervous system is fight or flight, and rest mode is parasympathetic.
Okay.
And if we are balanced, then we are not stressed. So it tells you is actually the best marker for longevity. So before you take a herb or a pill or any advice from anybody else, you need to understand that more important than your blood pressure is your cohesiveness of your heartbeat, as if your HRV is high or low. And if it is not high, if it is low, for example, which is not good, if you take any herb or supplement or drug, it will not work as good. The book shows you all of this stuff. So the book says soul first, because if we're not doing soul first, every other intervention in human health will not work as good. And I've
Okay.
seen clients who do my program and they heal very fast, and I've seen others who were stressed out and who had low HRVs, and they still got better, but not nearly as fast. So before we talk about probiotics, we have to talk about the gut intelligence, because the gut itself needs love. It needs truth for it to function properly, or else it can't absorb anything.
Okay.
So this book talks about this process I call meet them. I've had clients who had cancer, all their tumors shrunk in 6 weeks. This is a stage 4 cancer case. I'm not saying I'm curing cancer. I'm saying this is what I have observed in my practice. I've seen asthma disappear in 1 or 2 sessions. I've seen constipation disappear in 1 session. I've seen someone with a goiter, large swelling on the neck, thyroid issues, disappear in 2 or 3 sessions without any herbs. So I'm not talking theory. I'm telling you what I know for a fact now. And my practice has always integrated those two. So we're not just saying soul now. We're saying that we have to now prioritize how we treat a human, saying that soul first is where we need to start. And then we start to balance off all the aspects of a human being that keeps them in a loop, that keeps them stuck where they are and going back to doctors over and over and over. The doctor can't help you if you are not understanding where the power rests in your body, how to access it, and the book teaches you how to do that.
All right. Well, Dr. Hackett, we're out of time, but so people can go to Amazon and they can check out the book. It is Soul First, Master 24 Hours, Master Life. The Ancient Secret of Mastering Time, Wealth, Love, and Health. All right. Is there any other way, or any contact information you want to give out in terms of those who may want to contact you?
Yes, they can call the Wellness Center 674-5015. We'll have actual books in 2 weeks. And of course, we have specials for holistic health assessments. Anyone who gets the book gets 100 off. Once you screenshot, once you do a review on Amazon, you get 100 off. We're giving away for the first 10 people that call today. Again, we actually giving half off health assessments and $50 off of colonics and cleansers.
Okay.
And we have a 1-day detox, which is a colonic and sauna, and they get 100 off. So apart from everything else, I want to say it's good to be back again. And I want to say blessings to you and your audience this morning. It's good to share this information this morning, and thanks for having me.
No problem, man. All right, so that's Dr. Uchenna Hackett. And people, you can check him out. You can give them a call on 674-5015, or you can go to Amazon and you can order the book. It's 99 cents. And of course, once you order the book and you do the review, you will get something off when you go to Dr. Uchenna Hackett for a checkup. All right. In the meantime, we got to wrap up with the birthdays. So here we go. Gentlemen, I think there's only 3. Is it? 5. Where did the next 2 jump out from? All right, cool. All right, so good morning, Stefan. And the STV Breaking On family, help me wish my heart beat Akeem Gulsharan of Brooklyn, New York. This humble young man, a blessed 21st Earth Strong today. And much love is coming from his mom, Colette Mitchell, out in Brooklyn, New York. His father, Charles Gulsharan, and brothers Jamie and Keen. It took a village, God's grace and mercy to reach this milestone. Lots of love from his super extended family, the Gulsharans, the Ohids, and the Sumais. All of Capdeville, continue to stay focused, humble, and always be grateful. And they say they love you. Nice man. Akeem. Also, wait, now I see in 4. What is going on? First I see 5, now I see 4. All right, so we go into this one. Oh, okay. Wait, this is not the one I have? That's on. Check back again. Check back again. You skip? Okay. All right, well, put back up that one. Put back up. We'll go to the showing. We'll go to showing on. All right, so happy birthday to Melissa Chota, a.k.a. Mel C. Hope you have a blessed and wonderful day. May the good Lord continue to pour His richest blessings upon you from your mom, dad, and your daughter, sons, brothers, sisters, cousins, aunties, and uncles, and the rest of the family. And enjoy your day. And happy 30th birthday going out to Nicholas Puran. So Puran celebrates his birthday today. You're not sure when don't miss it, boy? Sure, like he's check to see when everybody birthdays. Anyway, happy 30th birthday to Nicholas Puran. Hope you have a fantastic day. Of course, birthday greetings coming out from all of us here at Breaking Dawn and all of your fans, the TKR family. And yeah, man, do your thing, Puran. 30 years old, man. Nikki P. All right. We're going back to the second one. Do the fourth. So we're going to the fourth one. Happy 29th birthday going out to Shaquille Govaya from his mom, dad, and family with lots of love. He always looks forward to watching Breaking Dawn every morning. All right, so nice, man. Shaquille, happy birthday to you, man. Nice, good vibes. And what? You're not getting it? But it popping up easy there when I do it. The format. Oh. Let me see if I wonder if I could screenshot it quick, boy. That's on. I'm going to go in and see if I could screenshot it. You know, we just do thing here. We just had to make sure we get the birthday greetings out. All right, let me see. Bam. Bam. Oh, you get it? All right. And I know screenshot it, you know. All right. So, happy birthday going out to grandmother Elizabeth. Today we honor a precious jewel, a woman of grace, steadfast and true. Through every season, your light has shone, and a guiding star, a strength we've known. Your laughter, your kindness, your gentle care are gifts beyond measure, treasures so rare. We celebrate you with love today, coming from your children, grandchildren, and the extended family members. So happy birthday going out to Granny Elizabeth. All right. Nice. I think that's the Toko crew, you know. Fellas, we had to go Toko our morning, eh? Just drive up Toko. And they sell all of that and then all this back out. Just like when I tell all of we go and do Bamboo Cathedral and all this, say, nah, that's too early. But nevertheless, we had to wrap up for today. Tomorrow we have Orange Sky. Orange Sky is going to be here. They have a new, surprisingly, they have a new track that they dropped. I haven't heard from Orange Sky in a while, but they're going to be here tomorrow morning. And Amrika Mutru is also scheduled to be here. She has a parang that we're going to chat about and we're going to take a listen to. So look out for all of that coming your way tomorrow. And of course, we'll have more calls tomorrow and more discussion. We just had a jam-packed show because I'm expecting that the budget will be announced for Monday. So I'll try to get all who had the little requests this week rather than next week. All right? So people, until tomorrow, do enjoy the rest of your day. We are out. Goodbye.
Good morning. Welcome.